So basically, to do the bookshelf, we're going to use a few new commands. We're going to use the command thicken, which is pretty cool. Hope you guys are going to like it. So basically, what we want to do is create a spline about a wavy shape, about 24 inches wide. I draw a line for reference first, so we draw a line going across at ortho about 24 inches to give you about a feeling about how long it has to be, and the height is about 12 inches for the side support. Actually, that 12 inches looks a little bit high, so we can actually cut that down. We don't have to have it 12 inches. Let's make it 8 inches. That looks a lot better. So this is going to be the side support for the book so they don't fall off, and this is going to be the wavy area. What is necessary with the wavy area is that at the end we need to be about straight on, so that when they bend the sheet metal they can make that tab or that bracket. But I get more into it once we start designing. So basically, spline, you can start from a point, because this is where we're going to attach that bracket, making sure your ortho's off, and we'll go with a wavy design. It doesn't have to be super wavy, or it can be. It doesn't have to be perfectly 24. It can be a little bit more, a little bit less. So we have something like this. It's a little bit flat at the end, which I'm looking for, because that's where we're going to have a bracket. The sheet metal will be really hard to bend if it's on the curve like this. So that's why we need to make it flat, if not more than that. And we're going to delete that bottom line. And if you don't have this one, you can design it. It's 8 inches up. And we want both of those. So what we're going to do next with this, we're going to extrude it out. Just the lines up as they are. So they're just going to be a surface. To do that, you go to your extrude. So either you type it in or you change it to extrude here. You got to select one line at a time. If you do both lines, they become one piece. Which we can do it right now. So we'll do both at the same time. We're going to go 12 inches deep. That's in a reference. If you want to measure out how deep books really are, then you can fix that. Otherwise, we'll keep as is. So I actually have this as a top view, which is not what I want. I want this to be the front view. So I'm gonna rotate this by using the 3D rotate command, which is in the modify, 3D operations, 3D rotate. Select the object, you rotate it around 90 degrees. But to do that, make sure you have ortho on. Oops, that went too far. So we rotate this around, like so. So now our front view actually shows a front view. It's 12 inches deep, which may be a little bit too deep for books, or might be not enough, not sure. You can always adjust that later by slicing it. Alright, so now if we change our visual view to a conceptual, you'll see that it is a surface. There's no thickness, there's nothing. So we can't print it, we can't design it, there is no actual matter to it. So, to give it a thickness, there is a cool new command called thicken. So if you go to, where is it now? It always gets to me. There we go. 3D operations. Right next to slice, there's thicken. So if you're in your home tab bar, it should be here next to, right here, thicken. Right next to slice, which is pretty cool. So all your tools around here are usually in the same category, which is specified here. Modeling, mesh. So if you have draw, you can go into your draw. There's all these commands, modify command, so forth. I'm not sure if you guys caught that on or not, but there you go. So thicken, you select the objects you want to thicken. Enter, we're going to give it a thickness of 0.1046, which is a sheet metal thickness of 12 gauge. So 0.1046. And you click enter. It might look like nothing happened, but actually there is a thickness. And here it's being overlapped. which is okay, because we're going to move this from this point to this point. So actually that would be like that. And we'll union them together because we're going to be using as a fillet here, because when they do bend the sheet metal, it should have a radius. It can't be completely square like that. So we can union it now or we can union it later. It's up to you. I'm going to do it right now, so I'm going to union both. Enter. I have that part. We're going to fillet this later on once we have the back spots to attach to the wall. So the next step will be to actually design a sketch about the thickness of the wire and extrude it out. So go walk around, make sure everybody. Alright, so what we realized was that the depth is wrong. It should not be 12 inches, should be around 8 inches. So if I go to the top view, make sure my UCX is shown as here, Y and X. I don't see Z, because otherwise it won't be able to slice. We're going to draw a line for reference, set an endpoint, click it over, we're going to move it down. I want it 8 inches total, so I'm going to have to deduct 4 inches. So I move it down 4 inches, and that's the slice line I'm going to use. Slice both these items. So now I can go to slice command, select the object, click enter, use that line as a reference, and just trace it over, making sure your ortho's on, otherwise it'll be a crooked line. And then click enter. Because I'm keeping both, so I can just delete this one and delete the additional lines if I have any, or dots. Now if I rotate around, you can see thinner, 8 inches high, 24 across, looks reasonable. Actually, this could be even a CD or DVD case. No, actually nobody has CDs anymore. DVD case, till they exist. So.